Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see how to calculate the displacement and a slope at a particular point by using the Castigliano's first theorem. So today we are going to solve two problems on the basis of Castigliano's first theorem, and you can clear your all doubts in this problem. So let's get started. In first problem we will calculate the displacement, and in second problem we will calculate the slope. So let's get started. So this is our first problem. So in this problem, we have to determine the displacement at a point B of the beam as shown in a figure, and we have given the some values. As a E, we have given E 200 GPa, and I we have given 5 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. These are the given values. So we have to calculate displacement at a point B. So firstly, what we have to do, wherever we have asked the displacement in that direction, we have to apply the imaginary force. So this is an imaginary force. We will call this force P prime. It is an imaginary. So in a Castigliano's first theorem, first, if it is related to the displacement, we have to apply the force. If it is related to the, if we have to find out the slope, so that time we have to apply the movement. But in this problem, we have to find out the displacement. So we will apply the P force. That point, we have to find out the displacement. So we have applied the force P prime at a point B. And now first in a Castigliano's theorem, first we have to calculate the support reaction. Then we have to consider the section. And then we have to write the bending moment equation. And from that we have to take a partial derivative with respect to that imaginary force, and the I'll tell you what is the application of Castigliano's theorem that I will tell you. So firstly, we will do the step-by-step calculation. So firstly, we don't need to calculate the support reaction because this is a cantilever beam. So we can consider the section from this point. We will consider the section from B point. So we don't need to calculate support reaction. So this we will call the X, and this is the, let's consider this is the 1, 1. So we don't need to go to the second step. What is our second step? Consider section. So in this problem, there will be only one section. So consider section 1, 1 from support B. From support B. So let's write down the movement equation. So for movement equation, it create the hogging. So it will be minus P prime into X. P prime into X. How much of perpendicular distance? X. Then this is the UDL. For UDL, and it is also create the hogging. So it will be minus 12 into X, because we have to convert into the UDL. So 12, well, we know the intensity 12 multiplied by X, it will give us point load. But at a point load, we have to take a horizontal perpendicular distance as well. So it will be X by 2. So this is our movement equation. So now let's calculate the partial derivative with respect to P prime. So P prime. So what will be? It will be minus X only, because here there is no any P prime. So it will be 0. So what is our partial derivative with respect to P prime? It is a minus X. So now apply the Castigliano's theorem. Application of Castigliano's theorem. Application of Castigliano's theorem. What Castigliano's theorem says that, what is the formula? Formula is, we have to find out the vertical displacement at a point B. So formula is M into partial derivative with respect to imaginary force into dx upon EI. It will give us displacement at that point. So what will be our limit? So this is a 0 to 10. Limit over will be 0 to 10. So let's this is our M, but in a let's keep it in a mind. In a M equation, we don't we have to eliminate the P prime terms, because P prime, it is an imaginary force. So P prime in this equation will be 0. So for that, we have to eliminate this term. So what will be our P prime? Our P prime will be 12 x square upon 2. This is our M. Then partial derivative with respect to P prime, what is this? Minus x. This is our equation dx upon EI. So integrate this and we can find out the, so let's consider this is a sigma B. So 0 to 10, what is this? Minus 6x square minus x upon EI into dx, minus minus get plus, 0 to 10, 6x square, x cube, it will be x cube now, EI into dx. Now let's integrate this. So what will be this? 6x raised to 4 upon 4, 0 to 10. We will consider the EI term as well because we have given the values. If we don't give the values of EI, so just we have to find out the displacement in terms of the EI. But in this problem, we have given the EI values. So let's calculate this one. So 6 into 10 raised to 4 upon 4. So this is 15 into 10 raised to 3 upon EI, kilonewton. This is our answer. It is in terms of the EI. So let's get, it will. So now let's solve the second problem. In the second problem, we have to determine the slope at a point B. So at a point B of the beam as shown in figure. So we have given the values E and I. So in this problem, E is 200 GPa and I is 60 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. In last problem, you can put the EI values and you can get the displacement at a point B in terms of mm as well. But I have kept it in a EI term. So you can find out the in a mm also. So now in a second problem, we have to find out the slope at a point B. So for that, we have to apply the movement. We have to apply the imaginary movement. In time of displacement, we have to apply the imaginary force at the and in a slope problem, we have to apply the imaginary movement. So let's keep it this point in mind. So slope, here we have asked the slope, so we will apply the imaginary movement. So we will call this M prime. So determine the slope at a point B of the beam as shown in figure. Take E is equal to 200 GPa and I is equal to 60 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. In this problem also, we don't need to calculate the support reaction because as it is also cantilever beam. So we will consider in this problem, there will be 2 sections. You can see here will be 2 sections. So for that, we will write the moment equation from this point, from a point, and for this we will, let's consider this is 1, this is x2, this we will call second, and this is second. So we don't need to calculate. So in this problem, we have to consider the 2 sections, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So we have considered 1 section here and 2 section here. So write down the equation of bending moment for a 1, 1 section. So consider section 1, 1 from a support point A. Consider section 1, 1 from support A. So what will be equation? M1 is equal to, it is also creating the hogging moment. So minus 3 into x1. This is the first equation. Let's calculate the partial derivative with respect to M prime. So here is no M prime term. So it will be 0 directly. Then now consider the section 2, 2. Consider section 2, 2 from a support point B. Now we have considered point B. When you take a limits, that time you have to focus this point as well. So this is a M2 equation. For that, what is this? So this is our first 4. So it is also creating the hogging. So minus 3 into x2, this is a x2, so 5 plus x2, because this is the perpendicular distance at a section 2 2 na, we are here at a section 2 2, so it is creating hogging moment. It's that's why we have taken minus sign, and the perpendicular distance is 5 plus x2, 5 plus x2. Then there is this movement. Okay, so in this movement it is creating the hogging. So it will be plus, so m prime. So this is the equation, so we will write in a right way. 15 m prime, not 15 m prime, 15 minus 15 minus 3x2 plus m prime. So what will be the partial derivative with respect to second movement? It will be minus 15 plus, here there is no m prime, so it will be 0, it will be 0, just it is, so it is 1. So now let's apply the Castigliano's theorem. Apply Castigliano's theorem. We have to find out the slope at a point B, so theta B. So 1 upon EI, we will take the common. So what will be our equation in this problem? M1 partial derivative with respect to first section, then partial derivative with respect to second, sigma m2 upon sigma m prime into dx2. EI we have taken common. This will be also a integration. So now 1 upon EI common. So for first section, what will be the limit? This is x1 from start from this. So 0 to 5. 0 to 5. So what is our m? M is minus 3x1 into, this is directly 0. So this term will get eliminated. So now second, what will be the limits? So our x2 start from this point. So here 5 and 5, 10. So limit will be 5 to no, it is start from this. So it will be, here will be 0 and here will be 5. So 0 to 5. So what is our M2? M2 is minus 15 minus 3x2 plus m prime. M prime we know, m prime will be 0 because it is an imaginary movement. So this term will not be there. So just we have to multiply by 1. So 1 upon EI, this term it is a 0. So 0 to 5 minus 15. If we multiply by 1, the same we will get 3x2. Now integrate this. So what will be integration? Minus 50x minus 3x2 the square upon 2. And this we have to 0 to 5. So minus 15 into 5 minus 3 into 2, 5 the square. So this will be gives us theta B is equal to minus 112.5 upon EI. And our if we consider if we put the values E and I, so we will get the final answer 0.009375 radian. This is our final answer. Thank you. Like, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe my channel. And these two problems I will solve by using the virtual work method as well in next video. Till then, bye bye.